such an asshole.
All right, Cappy's going to have a little bit of work done tonight before it ends. And I'll be doing a podcast here either tonight or tomorrow, probably closer to tomorrow, where I'll be doing the Year of No 2022, where Cappy is laying down some hard rules and saying no, because I need to recover my voice, because I didn't get the Wuhan, but I did get a nasty cold, and I need to, every time I do more work, it delays the recovery. Hey there, I would like to hear your creative thoughts on the best, most efficient way for me to meet a guy to marry and start a family with. I'm considering a unique method of short-term rentals in different areas as my work is remote. I want to meet someone I can deeply love and build a wonderful life with. Wow. Oh, look, she's so cute. Oh, yeah, I wish you would. I look at those little chicks. Oh, get out of here, you little rapscallion. Oh, she's adorable. Not just someone conveniently located near me right now. I recently turned 28. Yes, I should have been more serious about the quest sooner. I'm 5'10". Okay, you're a taller gal. $125. That's pretty skinny. And I'm attractive. And you did send so much. I won't lie to you. I have a hard time believing this is a legit request. And my audience, you guys will hear like, oh, she's Miss Perfect. I looked at the pictures. I'm like, no, something is wrong. And even if it is legit and 100% true, there is something wrong. Something wrong with how you didn't find a guy. There's something off here. Like, it could be something as a variable. What I'm saying is we're missing a huge, obvious variable because on paper it doesn't make any sense with you. We're missing a piece of the formula. Like you stink, or you have bad breath, or you have an incredibly annoying voice, or something that I couldn't assess with the handful of pictures you did send. But that's speculation. We'll get to that maybe later. Probably an 8 out of 10 objectively, never married, no children. 8 out of 10, I'll tell you this. In the before time when I was 28, yes, you would have been an 8 out of 10, and that would be using the standard Gaussian Bell distribution. However, in today's world, you are a linear 10, meaning you're in the top 10% of women under the age of 30. But that's not say I'm in the top 10% of men 50 and under. That's not saying much because standards have so decayed and dropped. So you are a linear 10. I would say a Gaussian, a more traditional measure. I would say adjusting for today, you're a 9. You're a very attractive woman, very stunning almost. I wouldn't, not quite, but you'll turn heads. I mean, it's just because for any other reason you're thin and you have nice long hair and you're a pretty girl. So, or at least the pictures that you sent me is a pretty girl. Never married, no children. I am sweet, kind, loving, and thoughtful. Well, someone will be the judge of that, not you. Libertarian, oh, here's where the hard to swallow part comes in. Libertarian/conservative, not a feminazi. I'm an accounting, living outside of a place, but working remotely, making a handsome salary. I'm doing very well at the place I work, and I enjoy it. No debt of any kind. Around 20,000 savings at the moment. Savings is growing as I am just finishing my first year out of college. Before this, you worked at a place, not a real job. Terribly sorry, not a real job. And while I took online classes, I also ran. Oh, you do have a site. I did check that out. I don't want to people run you down. The pics, my work is great, but ideally I would like to be a stay-at-home mom in the future while the kids are young, like I had. I rent a house. Your rent is very affordable, but your lease is ending. I don't plan to renew as rent will increase. I want the flexibility to meet someone in another city and relocate. Well, it's not. You're falling into the falsehood that me and guys my age did when we were much younger. Like, something's wrong with the girls in our school. It's like, nope. It was happening on a national level. And I'm going to say just now, do not expect that changing your location is going to. It's not like there's something wrong in your neighborhood with the guys. Nope, this is nationwide. To be very blunt, we've raised now our probably third generation of full bore pussies. And there just aren't that many masculine men. There just isn't, the men are not trained to be men or to be, and I'm sure you're well aware of that when you went out and dated. So I'm not telling you anything new, but I am telling you what's new. It's not your county. It's not the Tri-County area. It's not your state. It's the entire freaking culture. So already I'm going to move around and find a guy. That's not the best way to do it. I'm not saying don't move around for the sake of moving around doing reconnaissance. That's helpful and it's fun. And if you can work remotely, absolutely do it. But do not have the expectations. Oh yeah, the men in Tallahassee, Florida are better than the ones in Omaha, Nebraska. Boom. I was very seriously considered purchasing a small house with some land in a rural-ish location where I could just cook, read, play, and play with a CNC machine in the garage and ride my dirt bike around. See, you'll forgive me if I'm like, this doesn't smell right. This just doesn't. Because here's the thing. I would have had the guy for you. I would have had the guy for you. I hate to sound so tragic. He killed himself a week and a half ago. It was Fred. I would have set you up with Fred. Fred was a tall, handsome, good-looking guy looking to get married, looking for a traditional girl, made great money, super high IQ. Unfortunately, Fred is dead. So if you were real, if this is all real, it could have been. You're just a week and a half too late. By God, that's dark, isn't it? It is what it is. Sounds great, right? But then I realized that would be counterproductive at this point in my life where I need to meet the guy I like to have children with. Shucks, I don't think so. I mean, if you wanted to do that, go ahead. We'll interrupt the overall consultation. We'll get to specifics later. But okay, one, eliminate expectations. That's the one thing. But then two, it's called airplane game, I guess, for lack of a better word. I almost want to call it the Aaron Clary airplane game. How do you run Aaron Clary airplane game? You hop on a plane and you go fly out and meet a guy on a date. This is what I had Chad Elkins do, and he's met several young ladies. And the whole point was, look, there are so few quality fish in the sea. You got to be willing to drive all the way across Lake Michigan, all the way across the boat. In other words, go to where the good guys are. Meet a good person online. Go there, because you're going to waste way more time, effort, and energy in your locale dating the local crap fish that are in your local sewer. And so it doesn't matter where you live, especially since you're a remote location. You could live out in the Hicks. You could go build your little house on the prairie hut and become a blacksmith while you're doing your accounting. That's fine. Hop on the goddamn plane and go fly and meet a date if the guy is in California or the guy's in Idaho or whatever else like that. So if that's your dream, go ahead. Because you're dating, what I'm going to recommend for a dating strategy, that is not going to prevent they're not mutually exclusive. You can go ahead and do either. I'd be holding off on buying property, though, however, until you've read Reconnaissance Man and conducted reconnaissance within the United States, which you're an ideal place, because you're not going to renew your lease. So why don't you go travel the United States and figure it out for the purpose of figuring out where you would want to live, not to find a guy. That might happen ancillary, but just please go travel the United States, especially now that it's winter. Go down south, go travel the south, and then maybe figure out where you want, because that's a separate. I know you didn't ask about it, but to make things easier for you to find a guy, don't be anchored down to a place, even though technically you can hop on the flying fast planes to go meet guys overseas. So just for now, hold off, go get the van, do the van life, go travel. Figure out where you want to live in the United States before you want to buy a piece of property, because the state you're in, I won't lie, sucks. Which is why you need to get Reconnaissance Man. But the larger point is that will not hamper. No matter where you live, it's not going to hamper, because most of the stuff is going to be done online. I was in 3 long-term relationships previously, several years, varying times each. All nice guys that were wonderful men, but here's where I might come off as a little bit bitchy. To be frank, I was smarter than them, and I ultimately just couldn't see them as someone I could marry. I know that's a weird thing to say, but hear me out. And I know it happens. They're smart people. It's a little difficult as a woman to see the man as a leader in the family, famdamly. Leader of the famdamly? Are you Flanders? When you're the smart one. Here's the empirical evidence. My IQ is around 134. All right. Yes, you're very intelligent. That puts you 2 and a third standard deviations above the mean. You are, what is that? That is it 2%, but you got lop off the other end. So you're looking at the top 1.5% of people. 1%, let's just call it. 1 in every 100 men are going to be as smart as you. And that says nothing about whether you're physically attracted to that man, whether the chemistry works. 1 in every 100 men are going to be smart or smarter than you. We could say maybe 2, because you could probably drop down 10 points and still not be pulling your hair out dating someone 10 IQ points less than you. It gets a little painful around 1 full standard deviation. I want to be with someone that I could trust to be a masculine leader. Oh, here's where we get, oh, she's so cute. That's adorable. She wants this and this and this. I want to be with someone that I can trust to be masculine leader while I'm the feminine caretaker, something traditional. If you think this is unreasonable, please do tell me. No, it's not. It's not unreasonable. It's when the biggest hurdle you're facing right now is your IQ. Now, there's some good news because the men have a flatter bell distribution curve. Well, practically everything, but intelligence as well. And depending how far down, either to the right or the left, as you get to the extremes, the tail ends of intelligence, there are more men at both those extremes. So there are more dumb men than there are dumb women, and there are more smart men than there are smart women. But they all average out to be about the same. And there's a lot less average intelligence men than there are women. So you got a benefit at least there that at 134, I have to pull the data somewhere else, but roughly you're at 2 to 1. For your IQ, there's 2 guys for every girl that's with that same IQ, ever so roughly speaking. All right, so they're there, but that doesn't really make things all that much better because, maybe you're at 4% the population now. Maybe. Again, that says nothing about physical looks or anything like that. So that's your biggest hurdle. Then when you want to add on this other stuff, some of it is not irrational, but given just the other low quality crap we've raised now for successively younger generations, finding a masculine man in what are you, old Gen Z, young millennial? Would you like me to strum you a song on my acoustic guitar? Come here, hey guys, come here. No, she's smart. No, legit. Yeah, she thinks she's gonna find a masculine guy who's gonna lead the family. Yeah, shh, don't tell her. Okay, here she comes. Yeah. Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's right around the corner. Someday your prince will come. Mm-hmm. And I shouldn't laugh. But yeah, and here's what I want you to understand. You cannot force yourself to be attracted to what you're not attracted to. You do need, there's no doubt in my mind, you do need a guy that could keep up with you intellectually. Men can actually get away with having a gal that's a little bit dumber because we're just more interested in physique and fertility. We can't have them too dumb, though. Otherwise, you will pull out your hair. But yeah, I see your problem. You would like a guy your intelligence or smarter. You would like a guy who is masculine because you've already tried it with the other guys and you said they were too dumb. Well, understood. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. You cannot. That's like guys getting upset. Girls don't like short guys, or girls getting upset with guys don't like fat girls. Like you can't force people to like what they don't. And so there's nothing wrong with you. Like, yeah, they were too dumb for you. Yeah, and you got the empirical data. You took a test. You found, yeah, you're really smart. And to find a masculine guy, yeah, of course, women want masculine men. But boy, they're not out there. There's not that many, not at your age bracket. And this doesn't even say anything about how we've conditioned. Now we tell everyone not to be masculine, not to forget traditional roles. And women have sent a very clear signal to the men that they're not going to get married until they're 30 and they're in a career and all that. That's the primary focus, which is fine. You have but then men now like, oh, they're not going to get married. Who gets married? You think about what you're asking, which is sadly a little bit. You want to be the stay-at-home mom and raise kids, be the traditional housewife. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I would almost argue that would probably be preferable. That would be what makes most people happy. Your entire generation has not been conditioned to do that. So even guys who would have normally been conducive to that or wanted that, they were told by the vast majority of society that's not going to happen or that's not what women want. So they have now changed they've made decisions that have changed where they're partying, they're not even conditioned mentally to entertain that idea. Because they're still got in their mind, yeah, girls are just going to have sex all the time, right? Right? It's going to be a party. We're in college. We're in our 20s, right? I saw the TV shows. Most guys are not ready, and I've had this with other young ladies as well, but significantly younger, like girls who are 18, 19, 20, and they don't want to go to college, and they don't want the career. They really just want a traditional life, and I'm kind of like, well, God, at 28, okay, there's some guys coming around the corner. Maybe they're looking to be marriage-minded. 18, 19, 20, no guy is marriage-minded. Guys are still living at home having mom wipe his ass. That's what you get is my liberal arts degree. Oh, you're so smart. So, I mean, there's some hope because you're at that age where guys are maybe settling down or maybe they're entertaining it. But that's a tall order. Really, you're talking 2 standard deviations above the bell curve. And you're smart enough, you probably remember statistics. And then, I'm sorry, not bell curve. And then you want a masculine man and we're going to get to your age range, but anything under 40, a masculine man? Good luck. We'd like feminine women. We can find you masculine women and we can find you effeminate men. We can't find the opposite. So I don't think it's unreasonable. You're going to have to put in a lot of work. And I'm not joking. I kind of quickly went through my phone list. I'm like, who the heck do I know that Eve's going to fit this? Oh, Fred. Oh, wait, Fred's dead. So yeah. And by the way, ladies, if you want this, maybe announce it earlier. Maybe you'll find a guy. But these guys, I mean, they will drop out both metaphorically and physically, where they're not even looking. I was just at a wedding and they didn't meet the love of their lives until they're both well into their 40s. I think the guy was 50 because he stopped looking 11 years ago. It was by happenstance they happened to meet. So not only is it guys literally taking themselves out, unfortunately, but metaphorically, I even did a poll one time. This is quite some time ago. And I polled men in increments of 5 years. I had to retroactively go back and estimate, at 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, up to 75, what percentage of your free time do you spend chasing girls? And at the peak was, I think, around 20 or 25. It was a third of their time, for a third of their free time. And then after that, just tapered to nothing. So you're 30, there's still guys looking around, but mentally they may not be looking after a while, or mentally they may not be there, period. So it's not unreasonable, but it is an uphill battle. Okay, here we go. More requirements. I suspect my ideal match is probably 36 to 42-year-old engineer or similar. All right. Let's stop right here and kind of tailor your strategy. I would not 36 to 42. What? Here's where I would start. What age ranges are you willing to have sex with? I'm not trying to be crass or crude. I'm just, hear me out. That's the first thing you need to get over. Girls, anyway. You need to find the person physically attractive. That's it. That's the number one and first thing for love, romance, etc. to follow. You need to be physically attractive. So have you seen 25-year-old guys that you find physically attractive? You do? Well, there might be a 25-year-old who's significantly more mature than his age. Heck, I was one of them. I'm way less mature now than when I was 25. 25, I was serious and I was hardworking. Now I was I'm Josh Flus. Look at me, everybody. Hey. Hardworking career corporate man? No, I'm Matt Tran. Screw you guys. I'm going to go build shoes. Matt Tran, he's cool. Look him up. He's a good guy. Where was I going with that? So I would not. Oh, he's 35. No. Do you want to bang him? Good. There. Okay. Now give him a shot. Go on a date with him. Because I got a guy. I could try and set you up with him, but he's 50. But he don't look 50. And he's hard-working dude. They don't get any better than that. He is a 10. That was the only one I could think of, but he don't want to get married because he's already had his family. He already went through divorce. So, but he'll show up on time and there's no drama. He's very intelligent. But when it comes, ideally 30, no, you have no age requirements except for 18 plus, obviously. If you find a handsome man and you find him attractive, that's it. Career. I would not let the career determine it. I know a guy, one of the smartest people I know, he's just a military guy, enlisted. That's all he did. Retired as a senior master sergeant, something like that. No one would assume he was smart. Smartest guy in the room 98% of the time, including when I'm there. Yes, there's a correlation. Certainly there's a correlation with, like, if I have a master's degree, obviously STEM, obviously accounting. But I would not say, well, their career profession. Now, I would, like, let's say they're a garbage man. All right. I'd still go out with them because that doesn't mean he's dumb. But if it's like he's a teacher or a social worker or whatever, has a liberal arts degree and actually believe Democrats, you could usually throw those under the rug. You're not dealing, and even if they did have a high IQ, there's times where you lack logic. We just print off more money and everything will be fine. I have a degree in economics, no. Yes, glad you got 180 IQ. You think Paul Krugman's right? All right, we'll see you later. So I'd use those as kind of ways, like, no, they're not smart enough. If you have to make a quick judgment call because you only have so much time. And obviously, engineers, CPAs, doctors, not lawyers. Lawyers are not smart. They are not smart. It's not the 80s anymore, unless it was like a successful corporate lawyer. But I would get rid of these things. I would get rid of these requirements. Are they physically attractive? Basically, do they have no deal breakers? And then you go out with them. And you'll be able to tell very quickly whether they're smart or not. You will. Some will be more hopeful. You find a guy who's in shape, he runs marathons, and he's a engineer at Wahooza and Bipsy. And he's a senior developer over there. Oh, okay, cool. But unless they're deal breakers, like, I'm an early childhood education major, I'm a musician. Next. But physically attractive, they seem to be supporting themselves. No other deal breakers. At least text them back and forth. Figure out more about them. And it's work, by the way. If you were wondering, it's work. It's work. It's going to be lots of work. You have to go on dates. You're going to have to go on coffee dates. You're going to have to go on Skype dates before the coffee dates to see if it's even going to go anywhere because you're very busy. It's going to be work. You know, it's like being a guy. You're going, oh, this again. Oh, tell me again. Yeah, Hillary Clinton. Oh, yes. Oh, totally screwed. Oh, yeah, I hate Donald Trump. Oh, yes. Oh, dude. Oh, you cat rescue. Oh, my goodness. So amazing. Thankfully, my generation, we didn't have the cat dog rescue thing just yet. It was like to travel. He likely owns a home and is more settled than I am. No. You'd like to have financial stability, but that may not come in the form of owning a home. What if you're out traveling? You do the van life. You go do the van life. And you meet this really cool guy who's also doing the van life, and he's a senior developer, and he too is working remotely. Whoa, hang on. He doesn't have a home. No, dude, you're going to be happy to find a guy that you want to have sex with, whose company you enjoy, and he's smart enough for you, and he's not a financial wreck. Those would be the 4 things I'd be looking for right now. And the rest of preferably a senior developer preferably more subtle than I am. So it makes sense for me to be ready and willing to relocate. Well, you should be ready and willing to relocate because you want to have a family. You also, I mean, one good thing you got going for you is you're self-employed. Your job can be done from home. So you could be stay-at-home mom, working a little bit on the side. And I enjoy living in new areas. Well, then don't buy a piece of property. Go explore. Figure out where you want to live. I'm very adventurous and adopted the notion of bloom where planted since moving around. Oh, as your previous job. Okay. Yeah, and you do have a picture from one of the more unique national parks. I was kind of impressed with that. Additionally, everything essentially sits in the back of my truck. Truck owner. All right. Can you guys see where it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You got like double D cans and you love blowjobs? Sure you do. Right. Not sure where this fits in, but just wanted to say, of course, want to love this man deeply. Yes. Well, that he will compel you to do that. There's a piece of you that really has this. It's not Democrat, Republican, but it's conditioning. Where, well, I'll just find this guy and he'll fit these. Stop being formulaic about it. This does not go to the guy store, find the guy, read the ingredients. Oh, he's a little bit more 36 to 42, a little bit excellent for ages 25 to 31. This one's for me. Go on dates, meet lots of guys, see where it goes, but be very judicious and cut them quickly if they're deal breakers. Don't even go out. You're go through the profile. Deal breakers out. Skype, so you don't have to waste your time going to a coffee store. Deal breakers out. Meet for coffee real quick. Booty boo, booty bee, bada ba. Deal breakers out. And then maybe, and you know what? There could be a guy. There's no deal breakers on the checklist. You may not. They're just, man, he could just be boring as hell. He could be Chad Elkins. Out. It's a job. You're a processing plant now. Welcome to real dating. Man, flashbacks now to this crap. Want to love. I have a lot of love to give, but I also realize I also have realized as I've gotten older that mutual respect of who the other person is and the role in the relationship is very important. Okay, he leads you. Hey, it's a great thing. Here's something to give it a shot. Go learn ballroom dancing. You'll find out immediately if men are leaders, like they're leading you, pushing you, pulling you, guiding you, pre-leading. There's very clear and structured, or they're weak, limp-wristed, waiting for you to do the move. All right? It's not going to mean that guy's going to be your end-all, be-all, but that's a great place to start right now. That's one actionable item you can do. Go take some ballroom dance. Find a guy that knows how to lead. Not the dance instructor. In case you're wondering, usually they're well stocked in women. They're okay. Please tell me what you think the best way for me to meet a partner is. I'm open to alternative methods. I know you tell your audience dating apps are a waste of time, but I'm not sure if it's the same is true for a decent one. Yeah, no, it's not the same for women. Women should absolutely be on dating apps. Thoughts? Also, you have recommended seeking arrangement. I'm worried about the quality of men I would meet on there. Well, we'll get to that. I'll go through the last two. Okay, let's talk about strategy and actionable items. You already did the hard part. You're in shape. You have some really cool hobbies, man, and I'd be putting those front and forward. I like the fact you put the fish you caught on one of the pictures. I like the fact you have the picture by the national park. We could see your eyes. You're not standing with a group of girls where we're left, who the heck is this one? So that you got the hard part. All right, so I guess let's start most logically and most efficiently. The overall strategy I'm going to have you do is you're going to be using the Black Calamity Jane technique. Now, I'll tell the story again. Black Calamity Jane is a black friend of mine, female, and she lived in a liberal New England area. Shock, her family, because she was black, was not conservative, and she is. So she was the black sheep of the squadron. And she loved guns. She says, I'm done with this. So she bought herself an RV and she wanted to find a husband. And she set the dating range to the entire United States of America. And she was upfront and forthright with what she wanted. I want to get married. No liberals. I love guns. You better be a conservative or libertarian. I think she's also Christian. I think you had to be a Christian as well. And I am not messing around. I think no other woman's kids, but it was very clear I'm in the market to get married. Here are my key deal and my key requirements, which a savvy man will be able to distinguish between delusional expectation of a girl who watched way too many Disney movies versus, things you'd be required to get married. Same religion, must want to have kids. You obviously are. And in your profile, looking to get married, want to have kids, want to be stay-at-home wife, looking for traditional, masculine, conservative, libertarian man who loves God, country, and guns. I mean, do not contact me for casual dating. And that's what Black Calamity Jane did. And she set the whole thing. And then, here's where the Aaron Clary Airlines comes in. She drove around the country in her RV and went on dates with different guys. And if it wasn't, boom, she moved on to the next one, moved on to the next guy in the next town. And there's not that many guys that are going to meet these requirements. There just isn't. You think, well, there might be 100 in this town alone. No, there probably won't be. Not that's going to meet your standards. And she set up dates, and she drove around, she went out, and that's what you could do. You could drive to different towns, find, say, I got a date in Tallahassee. Now I got a date in Baton Rouge. Now I got a date in Beaumont. Now I got a date, let's go north. Shreveport. I think that's north of Beaumont. Right? And then she found the guy. They got married. They had a kid. And now they're divorced. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hee-hee. Anyway, the point was she didn't dick around. And I think that would be your overall strategy. Now, I'm not saying get the van life and drive around, but be very clear on your dating profile. Use the internet to your advantage because you have all the men in the world. And you know what? Here's where the work comes in. Oh, I have 100 messages in my inbox. Guess you better get going through those, huh? Guess the more upfront, not delusional, upfront you are about your expectations, the less that inbox will be filled. And then you get to go through that inbox. That is going to save you a lot more time than going to nightclubs, going to meetups, having Tina introduce you to Frank in accounting, who you don't like anyway. I mean, your height requirements might be an issue. That would certainly pare it down. But that's what you're going to do. You're going to use technology to find all the guys, and then you're going to go out and go get them. You're going to go on dates with them. You will go out to Indianapolis. You will have coffee, lots of coffee. If you don't like coffee, start learning to like tea. But that's what you're going to do. And then, I got 200 matches. Guess you're going to go through them. And that's the work. That's the fun part. So, yeah, and the dating picture, I presume those are your dating profile pictures. I think those are really good. The kid, I know that's your niece. Still, guys are going to look at that. There's so many single moms. They're not going to see in fine print, this is my niece. Get rid of it. Don't care how awesome your niece is. I have awesome nieces too. You do not put any little child in there. But otherwise, the rest of your pictures are fine. Hang on. So that is going to be your overall strategy. Now, which dating profiles, which dating things, platforms do you want to use? I'd go with Bumble. That would be the main one I'd be using because you got to approach the guy, so it's going to make your job a lot easier. You don't have to go on Match. I understand there's problems with Match. I got it. I had to use a buddy's dating profile to do research for a book. But I would also consider seeking arrangement, and here's the only reason why, is it acts as another screen. All right. I predict seeking arrangement, for whatever its original reputation, is going to become the new dating platform for normal people to date, or at least semi-normal people, because the guy's got to pay like a monthly fee, and then the assumption is you got to pay the girl like a monthly stipend. Now, I know several girls and a couple guys who use it for dating, where the guy's got to pay the fee every month, and that screens out a bunch of guys who don't have money and don't have jobs. Fair, unfair as that might be. And then you could put in your dating profile, I am not a sugar baby or whatever. I think there's a term for it where you're like, I'm here to meet someone. And it's just another easier way to be done with it and take care of it. Now, you don't have to do it. Try the Bumble thing first. But I do believe that Seeking Arrangement is going to become the main dating platform for at least guys who have jobs, or at least well-paying ones that can afford to support a family. How'd you meet mom, dad? Well, there's this website, son. Don't worry, you'll use it too. And you're worried about the quality of the men you would meet there. Yes, that's dating. That's the work part. So that's why you get to screen them. That's why you get to go online. That's why you get to do Skype dates and coffee dates. This is work. This is the work part. So there's that. Dating profile. And I'll go through your other two paragraphs while I'm on this. All right. So that's online. Then in person. All right. I always recommend cigar lounges and gun ranges and things like race car driving. Go to where normally successful masculine men go. I would not go to the Republican Party meetings. I would not go to the Libertarian meetings, but I would go to a gun range. And I don't care how good you are with guns. You don't know anything about guns. I don't care if you're a cigar aficionado. You don't know anything about cigars. And then you find the guy that you think is cute and you say, hey, do you know anything about cigars? Well, yeah. Can you help me pick one? Oh, yeah. And here's the other thing. Since you're on a mission, you're the one with the demand. You're going to have to kind of get some good questions on these one-on-ones and in-persons to find out, are they married? Are they smart? What's their job? What's their profession? That kind of thing. But yeah, you get to go and find them. So that's a way to put yourself in a pretty good environment where you're going to find non-leftist, non-soy, real masculine men. But I don't know, a lot of them are going to be married. A lot of them are going to be older, by the way. A lot of them are going to be older. So you got that. Then also, it's work. It's work. This is going to be work. Dress pretty when you go out. Not slutty. Don't dress like you're going to a nightclub. But you know what guys are attracted to? They're attracted to feminine women. So you go to the grocery store. I don't care if you're just going to get yourself a thing of milk. You put on a dress, you do up your, and not a lot, but and it's not a huge hurdle that you have to jump because most people are dressing like pajamas, just one step above pajamas. That's what the disease and American Eagle. If you want to see what your competition wears, go watch American Eagle. That's your competition, all right? So if you just wear a dress and heels and you don't have like some crap on your head and your hair's combed, maybe a little bit of lipstick, and you go, all right, you're always advertising. Always. You want that guy to come walking up to you at the seafood section. Hey, you look great. You married? No, what's your IQ? Maybe wait for the questions of the IQ later. That might be just a little side thing you can do. Like, you could play dumb. You could be like, hey, you see this queendom.com? There's this IQ test online. Have you ever had I haven't my mind tested either. You want to try it? And then you can play dumb. Oh, no, I bet you have a higher one than I do. But then it's a sneaky way to find out, save you a lot of time. Just saying. But generally, when you go out in public and you think there's going to be guys there, the thing, don't go shopping at Walmart. Go shop where fat, ugly people don't go, where you can find a decent-looking guy. You need a drill bit or some kind of tool. You go to Home Depot. You put on a dress. Don't ask old Herman, although the old man, he usually knows wherever. You got to talk to the old man. The old man knows. But also there's that guy that, well, see, he's not smart enough. He's just a checker. He could have an IQ of 175. Doesn't want to work for NASA anymore. As long as he's good looking and ripped. Oh, hey, just this thing. Yeah. You take an IQ test? But just when you're out there, make it so guys notice you. And it's not going to be that hard to stand out from the utter crap, the utter filth that is known as the American public. No, everyone is fat. No one's dressing up. Everyone's dressing like the refugees. I mean, you just wear a red dress. You'll be, whoa. So there's that. This way. I still think the best thing is the online dating because the technology works in your favor. And you're going to go, I think that's the most efficient. These are just habits you could get into when you go out about your days, just dress nice. And then finally, and I've recommended this a million times before, if you see a guy, you think he's cute, ask him out. But I'm a traditional, tough. That's not the world you're in. Oh, are we in? Is there a warp you can go through? Well, I feel like being a traditional girl. I'll just go through the traditional warp hole. Oh, now the men are masculine and they all work the trades and they're asking me out. No. You have to ask the guys out, unfortunately. Do you want to find a husband? Tickety-tock. 30s around the clock. If you see a guy, ask him out. And I've gone through, I did an entire video how to ask a guy out because you're not the only one now. I'm increasing amount of women like, hey, wait a second. Feminists were lying to us. But I like men. Wow. You don't have to. We're not asking you to be male league, okay? We're not asking you to do that. I know. Here's what you will have to do. And you can watch the details on how to ask a guy out. Airstrike. You write your name, your number down on a piece of paper, and you say, call me. And you're on your way out. Like, don't do it while you're still there because you're going to be nervous. It's going to be awkward. You're on your way out, the airstrike. You and your girls, you walk this way. You don't have to do the stupid giggly eyes and looking at them and flirting and all that other weird stuff that never worked anyway. You're on your way out. Here, call me. Don't even worry if he's got a ring on or not, because he won't call you if he's not interested or he happily married. If he's not happily married, he might call you. Who knows? All right, but here it is. Boom. That's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about it. That's the easiest thing. Come on, you girls can do that, right? You girls can do that. It's the equality dance now. Come on, everybody do it with me. The equality dance. All right, now, here we go. Here's a girl. She's coming up. Right? Give the guy a number. All right, she walked away. The equality dance. And all that joking set aside, it's a numbers thing. You're going to drastically increase your chances. So if you find a guy, he's attractive, ask him out. And all you have to do is give him the number, and that's it. Do not do the equality dance while you're doing that. They'll scare people. Any points I should be sure to include in a dating profile? Like I said before, you're very clear. Marriage, traditional wife, stay-at-home mom, kids, your degree, absolutely. Your profession, your hobbies, your masculine fun hobbies. If this is true, this isn't a troll job. I like the pictures. It shows that you are not like, I'm a guy like wine, dogs, and travel. If you have political leanings, I think, were you conservative libertarian? Yeah. Put no liberals. I would not mention the masculine man. Don't mention the masculine because that might intimidate some people like, wow, I should look at just you're already going to have a very impressive CV on your dating profiles. No need to tell me verbatim. Just looking to hear what you think in general. I want to be clear that I'm looking to meet someone who sees himself starting a family in a few years. How can I explain the fact that I am open to relocation for the right person? You could write, I am open to relocation for the right person. I'm thinking that, no, that sounds too robotic. That's getting ahead of the game. I think it's kind of maybe implied that if you were to find a family man, you would relocate. That's jumping the gun. Don't worry about it. Here's the thing. You also, just so you know, it's perfectly all right to be, I'm looking to this, looking at that, ba-ba-doo, and that's fine. That's cool. But don't make it seem that's the only thing. Like you're finding a guy to fill a role. You know, like I'm just really want to find the right guy I want to cook. I want to take care of my man, and I want to dote on him like a loving wife, and I want a lot of children. Or I don't know how many children you want, but sell it as well. Not like, meep, 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 meep. Bachelor's required, master's preferred. Like, oh yeah, I want to date Karen in HR. Does anyone date anyone in HR? I know one guy who was married to a girl in HR, and surprise, they got divorced. Can you believe that? Now he's happily married to, I think, a nurse. And they're always smiling. I like it. Yeah, don't mention. I'm willing to relocate. You get to that bridge when you get there. From a man's perspective, is it too weird that I'm this flexible about potentially getting to know each other long distance? No, and then relocating. Well, you'll know them long distance, but if you're mobile, that's the number one ace. That's the one thing you got for going for you here. You got to throw everything in a backpack? Absolutely. All right, you throw everything in a backpack. You go get yourself a van to do the van life if you want. Or you go Airbnb. Just go travel the country. Absolutely. And so you're not going to really date long distance. I mean, you might meet long distance. You fly in, you go on a date, and you got to be adaptable. You got to be adjustable, flexible. Like, okay, you go to Sioux Falls. But yeah, okay, you go to Sioux Falls. Let's just say there's a great guy. And you meet Herman. Oh my gosh, Herman, he's a cattle baron or cowboy there. That's more romantic. Cowboy, real honest guy, cowboy. And you're like, well, I don't have to go anywhere. I can renew the Airbnb lease. Now you stay for another week and you go out with Herman. Who's Debbie? Never mind. And then he takes you to the surf and turf, and you have a nice romantic relationship or dinner at the one steak joint in Sioux Falls, and you really stick around a little bit more. You're the one who's flexible. So that's so it's not gonna. And also I'm like, well, I kind of like this guy. Maybe you stay in Sioux Falls for a month or two. Yeah, Herman mentioned, there's other girls chasing Herman. Oh, I didn't like. She's out with Trisha. Oh, Trisha, that slut. I don't like Trisha either. Well, anyway, you move on to Chamberlain. Have them look these up. All right, get out there. Leave. You're in a sucky part of the country anyway. And then relocating, I would sublet a room and apartment for myself in the new city for the suspected right person. Right, yeah. I think it sounds like a smart approach to meet someone I wouldn't otherwise, but maybe the kind of guy I'm interested in would think it sounds best. No, look, you don't have to tell all these guys everything about you. You can, I'm here on work. I'm traveling the country for work. Well, and you know what? Distance makes the heart grow fast. You find Herman in Sioux Falls. Everything goes great. Oh, Herman, I must go to Billings, Montana. Oh, when will you be back? I'll be back in 3 weeks. And then go, even if there's nobody in Billings. And then hang out. Realize what a crappy town Billings is, and then come back. And you don't have to tell them, I'm just coming out here to find guys. Just come out here to find some dick. Which you're not. You're going out there to find genetic material. No, they're not going to think it sounds. Don't tell them you're traveling the country to find a guy. You're traveling the country to find out where you'd like to buy property and set up stakes. That's true, and that's what you should be doing anyway. The guy might be secondary. I won't be upset if I move to an area and I didn't work out with the guy, but would this plan lead to too much perceived pressure? You're overthinking this. Wait. You come in, got a date, you're flexible, Right? You and Airbnb should become very good friends, all right? Or van life, all right? And you just need to be mobile. That's it. Like the A-team, they went from town to town helping out people. If you could find them, and if you're in trouble, maybe you can hire the A-team, okay? You just, I know maybe it's a different mentality for a lot of gals, but find an Airbnb, or you could kind of bike wheel spoke it. Central Hub, Seattle. Out to different towns from Seattle. I wouldn't recommend Seattle, but you can hit the Pacific Northwest. All right. Then you move to Salt Lake. You get the Rocky Mountain area. Then you go to Denver, other Rocky Mountain area. But you're not pressure. What rush are you in? Aside from the timer, you'll find the guy when you find the guy. Don't. It's not a job interview. You will be like, oh my God, this guy is amazing. And you're like, yeah, what? How about you? And just so you know, by the way, here's the work. Your feelings may not be returned. Oh. Do the equality dance now. Here we go now. The equality dance. All right. And then you move on. It really is a chore. That's what it is. This is not fun. This is not romance. This is you trying to get married and have kids. So it is work. And those are the hard strategic things you will have to do for any girl just to find the guy they want. But God Almighty, throw in with the IQ. Oh, and you're going to have to suss that out. But generally speaking, with the smart intelligence thing, you're not going to tolerate a stupid guy. All right. You just be like, yeah, this guy isn't smart enough for me. He doesn't do it for me. And the way to tell if he's a smart enough guy, he makes you laugh. Because humor is the number one sign of intelligence. The guy can make you laugh. So that's that. And then, yes, you can. Oh, one final thing, but it's not going to be conducive to your vagabonding across the country. And we may not even be able to do this with the disease, but and I think you mentioned going back to grad school, that would be after you found out where you want to live. Go to grad school for some high level thing. I think you want to go for computer science, master's of computer science. Awesome. Physics, something with super high IQ guys. And there, not only do you have the ratio of 2 to 1 at your IQ level, maybe 3, 4 to 1. You're going to find guys definitely smarter than you if you're in physics and things like that. Also, the degree choice, there's going to be way more men. Of course, it's going to be way more nerdy, but you want smart guys, there they are. There you go. That's what the smart gals can do. But in your particular case, it's get out, go find, and the intelligence that will just be honest with yourself. Like, didn't you know these guys weren't doing it for you intellectually? I mean, it's you can kind of know when you're hanging out with someone not as smart as you, but then we're having a grand old time talking and they're making you laugh. Or in guys' cases, when you get a good jab in, you get a good ribbon in. Like, hey, that guy's pretty smart. He came up with a good, clever joke about my penis size. All right, that guy's very intelligent. I like him. Girls is a little bit different. If you ever want to hit him in the center of the chest here because he said something he shouldn't have, oh, he's got you. He's smart. He's as smart as you, and he's got you. That's it. There you go. The old hit on the chest. Oh, you. All right. Let's go through the super chats, Let's go through the super chats and have ourselves a treat. I'm going to scroll all the way up. Why do we have 441 people tuning in? What happened? Why are there so many people tuning in? 641. I've gone longer than that. Let's go to the super chats. God, I should probably log in and just do them directly. I've been on for 54 minutes, so it should be 6:02. They give you a little time dot stamp here. Let's go through the super chats. Bacon's in the house. Don't worry, I got it. 6:05. Good, we're caught up. All right, here we go. And just so you guys know, down later this week, I may do the $100 minimum super chat to save my voice. Sir, Mr. Chase, the $2. I'm glad to finally catch you live. Thanks, Cap. Yeah, no problem there, Jason. Didn't really time it that way, but Cynic and hey, Van Life. Do you want to talk about a guy with Van Life? Here it is. Talk to Cynic in Chief. He knows everything about it. $2. Join plenty of Cappy Capites to date smart men. Yeah. But are you between the ages of 36 and 42 with a degree in engineering? Actually, you are. The goddamn bacon 556. Make it to 1,000, Cappy. Thanks, man. You should. Oh, you made it. Bacon, you made it to 1,000. Great. Great. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to Bacon's channel, who you can tune in, obviously, at the goddamn Bacon. Wouldn't have made it without you. Was going to bring it up the other day, but it wasn't the place. Rest in peace, Fred. Yeah, too bad. Fred would have been a great guy for her. He would have treated her at least nice. They would have had a good date together. Maybe wouldn't have made it, but let's go through the super chats. Let's go through the super chats and have ourselves treats. Scrolling. Mr. Sir Jason, $5. They say they want a masculine man. When they finally find one, they call it toxic masculinity. Yeah, it might. I'm not kidding, Jason. This could have very likely been a troll. I'd say there's a 50% chance this is a troll. But I have ran into them. There are girls out there that want a traditional guy. Unfortunately, it's like, okay, look, you could have had this, but you probably wanted beefcake, and you weren't looking for the IQ. And I think she does want a masculine guy. She does see, at least the pictures she sent, she seems very feminine, but with a kind of a cool outdoorsy girl vibe. Here's another thing. I'll be honest to the client about this too. I have a hard time believing you have a hard time finding guys like coming up to you. You are that good looking. Unless now, for your age group, people are just too intimidated by a really pretty girl. But like I said, there's something off in the formula. There's something wrong. Sean Abinson, $5 Australian. Happy New Year, Cappy. Hope you're doing well, staying sane. Looking forward to more vicarious learning as I keep rebuilding my train like a wreck of a life. No problem, Sean. I may almost be at the tail end of this cold. Donna Hannaford, another. Yeah, it's Oz. Are you guys? Yeah, it's Monday for you guys, aren't it? Yeah. Oh, it's bright and early Monday morning. No wonder you guys are tuning in. You're so bored. It's Monday morning at work. Donna Hannaford, $5 Australian. How can I get the fish, Cappy? They're not taking the bait. Well, Donna, you look pretty. What do you weigh, Donna? Let's just go right through. Are you fat? Are you slightly overweight? You are. Lose the weight. There we go. That's number one. That's like 80% of it. And then everything I told this other gal, like you got to go to the gun range. You got to go to the fishing place. You got to go to the race car place. And you may have to ask a guy out. I wish it was better times. I wish there were better men. There isn't. There just isn't, And you may have to pull a guy because, look, guys are, okay. We're done. You may have to go and grab him like, you, take me out. Whoa, wait, hold it, lady. Here's a form I need you to sign so I don't go to jail. We're talking these warped times, and guys are burnt out. So they're not even looking, maybe. Especially if you're looking, she's looking for the 36 to 42. Understandably, that's roughly the range. I don't know a 42-year-old guy that's like goes to clubs. I don't know a 42-year-old guy's like, yeah, I'm going to ask this girl. I'm going to look out, do day game. They're like, nope. N to the O to the P to the E. Nope. Atham Eldecua. $5. Whoa, Atham, what happened? You are sick, man. Are you okay? The problem is that smart guys are fugly. I mean, look at you. Thank you. Mr. Chemical Engineering major, huh? Yeah, Just walk around engineering campus and see how cute is she. Introduce me to me. Mexican poops. You can, you want to meet Atham? Go drive out to Reno. He's out there. You might have to get scheduled into his schedule of women. Do you have an opening, Atham? I'm sure you do. You'll make an opening for the right one. Huh? Yeah, and she's 5'10". That's another thing. I presume she's gonna want taller guys. So that's another statistical hurdle. Nonstop trade, $362. Set her up with Vlad Elkins. Never mind, he's not 6 feet tall. She didn't say anything about height. I mean, maybe she wants to go out with him. She's okay with it. There's another one. Like Dre, you like black guys? Well endowed black guys. All right, he's a little bit young. What? But here, let's use this as an example. Just even though you're a douche. Okay, Marine, GI Bill, computer science, right? 6', 6'2", and you're a good looking dude. But oh nosy, Dre's 24, 25. Now let's say she's okay dating black guys or whatever, or any gals like, oh, he's got it. Oh, that's great. Dre's got this. Oh, he's 25. Oh no. What you? Okay, fine. I guess not. It makes you like $5. The bait's all wrong. Quality, health dominant, have no desire for identical and masculine fish. The inverse of ourselves, usually the best fit, yin yang. The bait's all wrong. Quality, healthy, dominant fish have no desire for identical masculine fish. She's very feminine. I mean, the pictures. Look, girls can do cool things like hunt deer and fish and ride motorcycle. There's nothing wrong with that. They can also be engineers and accountants. I prefer it. It's like, do you put on the freaking heels, the lingerie, the crotchless panties, and you go make me some nice food, and then we have sex on the kitchen countertop? Okay, you don't, and you I lead, you follow, that type of thing. Cool. You can go shoot as many guns as you want. As long as you're cleaning the guns afterwards, and you're doing it in platform heels. What do people not get about this? Glad to hear Bacon made it to 1,000. That's it. That guy deserved it. Scrolling. Keep those doggies scrolling. Boop. Bing Dan in LA. New guy, $2. Join my Republican cabinet for 2024, Cappy. Yes, I can join the cabinet. I don't want to be president. Because I can still drive my car then. If you're president, you can't drive a car. But I will join the cabinet, yes. And if you want me in Department of Defense, I have one condition. It must be changed to the Department of War. Adam Eldecchio, $2. Hint, if he's smart enough, he won't want to marry. Well, that's true. I forgot. Maybe you have to sign a prenup. You're going to have to, there's a lot of guys running scared, saw their old man get divorced, saw their buddies get divorced. That's yet another hurdle. Nonstop Dre, $2. Shouldn't she check out the Carlson School for Men? Oh my goodness. If you want some marginally employed people in Minnesota, but not by the major employers in Minnesota, because they won't hire from the Carlson School unless it's like low rank. If you want some very marginally employed people with marginal incomes, boy, the Carlson School of Management graduates are the best place to find some truly average men. Truly average men. William Curtin, $2. Cappy should have replaced Rush Limbaugh. I don't think I could have done it with the cursing and the swearing. Those are big shoes to fill. Wisco Nomad, $5. Try asking girls to work out with you. That will weed them out real quick. Yeah, I think another thing you could do, I'm going to assume you work out this to the client. You could ask guys out at the gym. That's not going to, I don't think you can poison the well like men can poison the well there, or defecate where you eat. So you could certainly do that. It really is coming down to, I'm like, you girls are going to have to put matters into your own hands. You want control over the situation. The number one thing you can do, aside being attractive and all that, and online dating, and is ask a guy out. That's it. And you're gonna have to ask a lot of guys out. Chris is Black, $2. Look for the guy in rural Wyoming. Yeah, go look for Jessup. Mexi Mike, $5. We can meet via Tinder, date via Zoom, and Netflix and chill via virtual reality. You stay at your place, I'll stay at mine. We'll both be perfect on the metaverse. No, it's gonna come to that, Mike. For some people, it is gonna come to that. It really is. Let me double check. Casual Kraken, $5. Good luck, because most guys your age are scared of relationships, marriage, or not into your standard. Men are waking up and leaving the market. 28, male myself. Yeah, and and for the nice lady, you're gonna have to overcome the reputation a lot of gals have sowed before you showed up. You're gonna have a hard time getting a guy to trust you nowadays. It's gonna be difficult. $5 for Mexi Man and Cheese. Every politician seems to be in their 70s. Is that the boomers refuse to let go of power? Yes. Or Jen not stepping up. Dude, do you know how easily people give up power? George Washington is about the only one I know who did it. Of course the boomers aren't going to give it up. What do you think the Gen Xers are going to do? Yeah, they're not going anywhere. What else do they have to do? They got nothing else going on. They didn't invest in love and family and other people. They invested in power. Hey, Hillary Clinton, what is Hillary Clinton going to do? You think she's the fun grandma to hang out with? Subscribe to the channel while you guys are at it. I'll close in on 100,000. Nonstop Dre, $362. Operation Evil, Buzz Beater, Dating Consulting. You're right. Let's go through the super chats. Let's go through the super chats and have ourselves the treats. Let's go through the super chats. Rich, 5 British pounds. Aaron, what are your signs of a woman who's good or great in bed? If they're a Wiccan priestess, they're Wiccan. They're great in bed. They're great in bed. Absolutely. Aside from that, well, who was really great in bed? Tormented church preacher daughters. Yes, if they're going to bed, yeah, that's also a good time. Well, the handful I've had are fun. They're not the Olympiads that the Wiccan gals are, but they're more exuberant. That's about it. That's all that really kind of comes to mind. I mean, no guarantees. Don't expect, oh, I got myself a Wiccan single mom. I mean, you might get more than you bargained for. Nonstop Dre, $2. Operation Evil Book, the 4-hour husband store guide. Mexi Mike, $5. Does this feel like that one time that gal had the courage to approach up into Wyoming at the bar with the dudes watching about two questions to question your preferences? There, yes, this would kind of be the digital version of that. Though I'm not the target. I'm not. It does sound like it was. It sounds like Dear Penthouse or E. Jean. It does, because she's what, a CNC accountant. Fisher adventurer motorcyclist, like, and she's hot and good looking. You're like, okay, sure you are. All right. Which is why it'd be great if we had Fred, because we could have sent him to find out this guy's name is Steve. It's not a woman. Syndicate Chief, $5. In my early 30s, 6'6", 185 to 190 pound, 100,000 a year, 5 or 6 in looks, senior software developer, own a small home, and do van traveling once or twice a year. Yeah, there you go. You got the client. Do you want to meet Syndicate Chief? Let me know. Let's go through the super chats. Michael Slater, $5 Australian. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Michael. Got a lot of Aussie representation down here. Maybe that's why there's like 400 people tuning in. Are Australians that big on the podcasts in the morning? Cappy in the morning. Big Dan in LA, $2. I'm 36 and 24. Oh, 24. I hate the direction we're heading. Well, you don't control it, man. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the decline. Michael Williams, $5. After decades of 50-60% divorce rates, what man with any assets would get married now? Any man who wants to marry is obviously not a smart guy. Yeah, and it depends on the state she's going to marry, and he's going to have like, whoa, hang on. I didn't even think about that because I took her at face value. I'm just assuming she wants to be traditional. It's it's not easy. I had one gal who wants to become a mistress. She's like, I don't want to give you no. I want to timeshare a guy. I'm like, well, that was an interesting conversation. It may come to that. Of course, this gal's a little bit older. Did I get everything? Nope. No. Wisco Nomad, $5. I'm sick of dates that involve drinking. The worst is when girls need to be drunk to show any form of physical. Well, what are you talking about? That's been since time immemorial. That's what the whole problem with the consent thing was like, what? Whoa, that's how you go out, you get lit up, both the man and the gal, so you're more relaxed. And now it's like, really, you can't, it's like, you don't go out for cocktails. You don't. I want a man to buy me a drink at fancy dine. Well, good for you. It ain't going to happen. That's why, did you hear me say fancy dates with alcoholic drinks? No, you heard online, Skype date, coffee. That's what you heard, right? You know, because what I'm thinking is then it'll inevitably get to the point where it's like, wow, this guy's, you know, I like to think there's a guy out there where he's not going to, whoa. And she also is being intellectually honest. I would never do that. Okay, let's hope you're not. But yeah, that alcohol is kind of off the table. Mexi Mike, $5. Masculine, successful, money, career is more for the fish bait theory. This gal outdoorsy always is awesome. Outdoorsy ways is awesome. Outdoorsy can still be girly and gentle. Don't stop. Look, again, maybe I'm very, very free market, very individualistic. The girl could be. I do know one. I know. We all know Pricey, baby. She's a mechanic on an oil field, but she's still very feminine. She can do it. You know, I don't know why. Oh, a girl with a STEM degree. Look out. No. Like, what? Do you like poor women? What? Do you want a financial liability? There's, you know, how does she treat you? She could be a ball-busting careerist CEO. If she comes back and like, let me massage your feet and let me polish off your unit and, oh, look at this new frilly thing I got on the internet without the plus-size models. I'm going to make you your favorite drink, and then we're going to go to bed. Oh, look, I brought in my favorite friend, Tina, who's super hot. Remember the threesome you wanted? Yay! It could happen. You guys all rolling your eyes now. I'm just saying, if she's feminine, it doesn't matter what. Let her have her life. Let her do her thing. She works on cars. Good. My car can get fixed. Wisco no. Wait, Bob Saget died? No. No way. What? How old is he? What? Orange 65. Well, okay. Sheriff's and problems dead according to him, found no signs of foul play or drug use. Oh. He's a little rotund there, but he doesn't look like he's on his gray. Guys, go get your heart checked out, dude. Every year you get your physical, every year. Man, him and Norm Macdonald. Holy cow. Already depressing with Fred and Norm Macdonald. Hopefully they're having a good time in heaven together. Andrew asks, $2. Cam girls cost less than in-person dates and more fun. No, it's a cam girl, Andrew. It's not a real girl. Look, I'm all for paying for the physical fun. I actually am. I'm all for that because, well, you're going to pay for it anyway. Honestly, as an economist, I don't know how else you measure up divorce except for very, very pricey pricing. But why would you even waste your time with that? Why? Why? Just go. Come. I'm in Vegas. Come out to Vegas. I can point you in the right direction. You go either Pahrump or I think you go north of town towards Reno. You got the internet. You guys can figure it out. Let's go, Brandon. All right, Peter, $5. Leaving the socialist state of Minnesota and quitting teaching shop to get a machinist job in outstanding. That's like what? Well, you're going to teach the kids in Minnesota anything? That screw them all. Good for you. Rich, 2 British pounds. What about dancers? Well, if you're ballroom dancing, but generally dancing in general, you're going to find more effeminate men. But if you find a guy who actually knows how to lead and doesn't just do dancing because he doesn't want to go to the gym, there's a lot of effeminate guys who don't know how to talk to girls, and that's why they get into dancing, which is fine because then you learn. It's a good thing to learn. I'm talking the guy who obviously very clearly, like the guy who would ask you to dance. By the way, client, if you're out with the girls or you're at some club, I don't mean boom chicka boom, the salsa club, country club, whatever, and a guy asks you to dance, doesn't get much more alpha than that. Because he walked up, asked you to dance, but he also knows how. All right. That was one thing where like the number of girls that turn me down for a dance, I'm like, I'm not to brag, but you all asked for this to happen. Like, I know how to dance. I'm pretty ballsy asking you to dance right now. You're not taller than me. No, you. Enjoy your cats. And they are. But yeah, if she dancing, that's not a bad place to start. Not a bad place to start. Boop, boop, boop. Mark Owen, $5 Australian. Go Michael Slater, go Australia. Go Oz. Go West Oz. F Sydney. F Victoria. F Canberra. There's nothing to see here. Man, the chat room's active. Do I got to ban anyone? We all doing good? Scrolling. Forum. $5 Canadian. Holy crap! I went for an hour walk and you're still talking. Yeah, this is what happens. This is hang on. This is why I sometimes do the $100 minimum super chat. Not because I'm some greedy bastard who thinks he's going to get $100 super chats, so I could save my voice. And I really got to start taking my voice more seriously, especially after this cold and cough. So going forward, I think tomorrow I'll be doing the pod. And I still have a bunch of, but this is what happens. You all throw me money. What? I'm not going to make $5 every 2 minutes? Are you kidding me? That's good money. I don't know when this train's going to end, but it is going to end. I want all my money stored up. So I got a nice little hut in Croatia. And then I get deplatformed or I get demonetized or whatever. They get rid of the internets. And they say, oh, did Aaron save his money? Yes, he did. He has his Croatia. I didn't buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I saved my money. Big's Animators, new guy here, $7 Canadian, currently doing reconnaissance in Canada. So far, Nova Scotia and Alberta look the best for land and a tiny house. Oh boy, Canada, you're doing it in January. Oh, my favorite would be British Columbia and like Calgary, Alberta. Obviously, I wouldn't want to be in British Columbia because Vancouver people screw it up. But man, those Canadian Rockies are the prettiest thing I've ever seen. Prettiest thing I've ever seen. By far, my best motorcycle ride. By far. I got to do it again. I got to go overseas. I'm going to go overseas and find another place to live. So much fun. Oh. Seneca Chief, $2. Make it rain. Dance, Cappy. Dance. No, I'm not Chad Elkins. Chad Elkins shakes his little tush on the catwalk. That guy makes it rain. Everybody loves Elkins. Everybody loves Vlad. Scrub Hero 36, $5. 392 people are tuning in because they screwed up royally. Need Cappy to help them. Thank goodness I don't. All right, I didn't. Look, you cannot. Yes, people did screw up. But here's where I will give a fair amount of forgiveness. You think the poor client had mom and dad sit her down and tell her straight dope? Do you think society raised a bunch of hardworking young men who hit the gym and all majored in STEM and engineering and didn't? I mean, she's 28. Your average 28-year-old guy plays video games, jerks off to porn, has no job. All right. I mean, we're all making fun of the millennials 10 years ago. Well, they're almost 40 now. Well, now you got old Gen Z. It's the same thing. You know, I know we always lament the lack of quality women here. But it is just as bad for the women because it wasn't like we raised a bunch of, Charlton Hestons or Steve McQueens for these girls to fall in love with. Go to Walmart. You'll see. Everybody's fat. Everybody's disgusting. And that way, men and women have achieved equality. But yeah, all the propaganda young women get, be party. Oh, yeah. Well, you don't need to love children. Men grow. Oh, patriarchy. Oh. You need a career as a censor in Google. We'll see if this even remains monetized. I have managed not to curse once yet. But I feel bad. Everyone's wasting their lives because we convinced one half the population that careers were more important than love. Well, we told the other half that they weren't needed and they're bad people. It's really shortening it. D. Hunsacker, 2012, $5. Gotta love how you always reference Tom like a Saint Lycus. Saint Lycus. And I'm not Aaron Wrights. No, that's Casey Kasem. Bobby writes, you'll remember this. Perhaps the answer could be found in this song from 1983. And I think Casey Kasem did a ton, like he did Shaggy. He might have done Scooby-Doo. He did Batman in the Batman and Robin from the 70s cartoon series. I don't know if he's still alive. Mexi Mike, $2. I don't care for your voice, but that pretty... Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Here's another gal. All right, this gal, look, she's pretty, right? 28 years old, engineer. Kind of know her. Did you follow any of the advice I gave you, dear? Did you execute on any of that? Rich, 2 British pounds, dancer, woman, ballerina, regarding dating and sex. No. Oh, okay, big asterisk. Ballerinas rank up there with horse girls. Okay, when I'm talking dancing, I'm talking the girl who she wants to learn the waltz, or she wants to learn some East Coast swing, or she wants to learn tango. All right, ballroom dancing. It's okay if it's salsa or bachata, which is horrible, but I'll let it go. Not ballerinas. No. I don't know who's more mentally ill, ballerinas or horse people. It's a draw, but I would stay absolutely away from the ballerinas. And that's not just because of the Russian one I dated, though that is another data point not to. So go watch. What was it? How the Russians saved my life or no? How I was set up, how Cappy was set up. Go look for the Russian flag. If you scroll through my archive, you'll see the Russian flag with a Lego Spetsnaz guy dressed in a black uniform. That Russian guy, he says, "Oh yeah, she was setting you up. You didn't know about that?" I'm like, "No, what?" Yep, Russian girls did that. I dated a Russian ballerina. I thought I was good. Turned out it was a setup. And Cappy was that close to going to jail. That's what it was. I'm like, that makes sense. Oh. We caught up. Rob Cole Productions, 5 Canadian bucks. Your advice to help people in the late 30s, early 40s looking to make a career change. Is it ever too late to change your career? No. Because what? I'm too old to get in IT. All right, well, continue working your sucking job then. I mean, do you want skills or not? I mean, and now's the best time. It's never been better. They can't find people to show up to work on time because we brainwashed a bunch of generation of kids that think they didn't have to work. We don't. You all keep bailing them out with free rent because your parents that suck. And you got free government this and free government that. Like the employers are so desperate for employees, like it doesn't matter what your age is. Do you show up on time? Do you not sue? You got the skills? Go, do. All right. I think we're all caught up. All caught up. All right. There we go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. The link down below for any young ladies tuning in or old ladies, just smart ladies, I guess. Given the title of the thing, The Curse of the High IQ. I forgot if the client read it or not, but if you haven't, please go read the book of Curse of High IQ. That's whether you're a guy or a gal, doesn't matter. Because the main problem that you're going to run into is that you're overly intelligent. And there's problems being that statistically aberrant or far away from the mean in any variant or trait. You know, height, weight, I don't know. And IQ is another one. And there's good things and there's bad things to it. And basically you get ostracized from society. So pick up that book. That's about it. All right. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.